What up, y'all? Man, I want to talk about Yella Beezy, Trap Boy Freddy, Errol Spence, and Mo 3, mainly. It's a sad situation, man. A lot of us, we already knew. We was already talking about it, blogging about it, or just already just paying attention to what's been going on and what's transpired ever since Mo 3 was killed on 11/11. Out of all days and numbers and times, 11/11. You know, I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but I don't think it's a conspiracy that he died on 11/11. That's all I'm going to say. I don't even know if I even need to say allegedly. I'm just saying 11/11 alone, Mo 3 stretched out on the freeway, I-35. Damn, dog, that was crazy. But let me tell y'all something, man. Something that a lot of people haven't really thought about. That we should have already been like tripping out on in regards to Mo 3. Mo 3. He had a history and a past in the streets before he became a well-known rapper artist. And when he became a well-known rapper and artist, he still had some history in the past, or just had some history in the streets where he was actually still putting in work, like he was trying to still make it, like he was really just trying to come up and be in good standing with the hood, with the OGs, with the streets. What? We haven't thought about this, Doc. We haven't thought about the fact that Mo 3 and Yella Beezy were two well-known rappers. Yella Beezy was a little more famous than him because of That's On Me, baby. But Mo 3 started emerging and started collaborating with a lot of other rappers, with Kevin Gates, Boosie, whoever else that's been out there. And then everybody started realizing he had way more in his bag than Yella Beezy, But the beef that they had, was sad that they were already friends from the get-go. And from the, back in the day, along with Trap Boy Freddy, they were a little crew, I guess, in Oak Cliff. But just to know that, fast forward, Mo 3 would make it a point to let them know and just show that he ain't worried about going to jail. He ain't worried about the repercussions. You would think a man that get that famous, or once she's actually, the man has a lot of money now. He probably ain't as rich as some other rappers. He wasn't as rich as some other rappers, Mo 3, but at the same time, Mo 3 had enough money to be able to float around, take care of his kids well, and, create more revenue and opportunities for himself. But the fact that he was putting in work in the streets still as an active rapper, that right there was crazy, dog. Because if you put yourself in Yella Beezy's shoes, now I almost low-key kind of feel sorry for Yella Beezy. Because Yella Beezy, that man, regardless of what issues they had in the streets, by the time he became a top, I want to say a top tier artist, but a well-known artist that's the world knows, which, That's On Me actually is what that song technically catapulted his fame, and his money. But Mo 3 wasn't looking at it like that. Mo 3 wasn't looking at himself and saying, you know what, man, let me chill out, man. Like, if I'm gonna do anything, let me just pay a nigga to get off a nigga and try to, be low key to where it don't get back to me type stuff. But Mo 3 wasn't doing that. Mo 3 was like, nope, nigga, you got a problem with me, I'm coming for you. I'm pulling up on you. It is what it is. We can fight, we can shoot it out, whatever you're trying to do. I'm with all the smoke to where once he dumped off, once Mo 3 called Yella Beezy first, shot him up. By the grace of God, Yella Beezy survived. I'm sure Yella Beezy was like, "Oh, you getting serious? Are you serious, dog? We supposed to be rappers, man. What's going on? You can try to kill me, man. Okay. You can turn into Denzel. Think you can do this to me?" So, I mean, Yella Beezy had to do what he had to do, man. Not only that, his good friend, Errol Spence, which a lot of us knew about this story, he allegedly got shot at by Mo 3 sometime after. I don't know. Maybe it was before. Maybe I got it wrong. One of the two. They both got shot at by Mo 3. I'll say that. I don't know if Errol Spence got shot at first, got in that accident first, and then Yella Beezy got, shot, and then he crashed in the aftermath and almost lost his life. But the doctor, salute to the doctors for doing their job to help him to heal up and, not getting any infections in the aftermath of his wounds healing up and all that stuff. But I think they made sure. I almost felt like a lot of people are responsible for why this got out of hand. Let's be real, dog. Even the police, Dallas police, I don't know if it's the feds. Let's just be real, dog. So a lot of the higher-ups and the police officers and people in the industry knew what Mo 3 was doing. Ain't no way. The dude was putting in his raps. He was talking about it, bragging about it. He wasn't saying the names, but he'd tell you the exact location, he'll give you a hint of who the rapper is. Come on, man. Like, it don't take rocket scientists to figure this stuff out. But I just felt like the higher-ups, the police, they all just sat back, was like, let's just see how this plays out. We're not going to even touch this right here. It's going to play out the way it's going to play out anyway. We know what's coming. But I think they probably was monitoring. They were auditing and monitoring Errol Spence, Yella Beezy, and Trap Boy Freddy. This goofball Trap Boy Freddy, I'm almost sure he eventually gonna get. The feds gonna come and get him too. I know he's gotten locked up for some other stuff, but he gonna get locked up for the being involved in the Mo 3 situation too. Because ain't no way that he coincidentally was on the freeway or the access road or maybe no, he was on the freeway because then he was acting like he had to get off the freeway because it was getting backed up. But regardless of where he was positioned at, whether it was on the freeway or the access road, for him to say, man, I don't know what's going on. Whoever got this freeway backed up, blah, blah, blah. Like, bruh. And then that's how it's like he told on himself pretty much, because right after he said that, what'd he say? We finna pop bottles, bitch. What you finna pop bottles for? The traffic that you was just in? What are you talking about, Trap Boy Freddy? You finna pop bottles, bitch. You say that after you make a video prior to that, or a little clip saying, man, I don't know who got this freeway backed up. We backed up all the way to whatever street he was claiming. But I'm like, but then right after that, you say, you show your jewelry, you with your boy, y'all flossing on y'all power trip, and then what happened? We finna pop bottles. Oh, so you telling us you about to celebrate. You knew who was dead. You knew somebody was dead on the freeway, and that's why that traffic was backed up. You knew who it was that was dead on the freeway. And I guess you felt like you had to say, it's time to pop bottles. And then you call Yella Beezy. While I think he was out of the country. He was somewhere in the islands or something, Caribbean. And you sent him that video, the song. You let him hear that song, Man Down or something like that. Caught him with his pants down. Man, dog. Like, how is Trap Boy Freddy just able to be free? I don't wish jail on nobody, but the fact that he's been able to just float around and do what he wanted to do in the aftermath of that video, a very suspect and borderline incriminating video that he made. So Yellow Beezy couldn't take a break if he wanted to. Once Yellow Beezy dropped the bag on Mo3 to get him taken out, it proved that it was more people that was in play or that were involved in this. Even the girl, the Jossie girl, and the other sister is like, I mean, let's be real here. Though. Granted, though, women can't control the actions of men. That's one thing they can't do. In a woman's defense, no matter what happened, I don't know if they're guilty or not, or has something to do with helping set up Mo3 when he shouldn't even went over to that girl's house that night. Like, why would you spend? You got your own money in your own place. Why would you hook back up with a chick that you used to know or hook up with back in the day, or years back, or before you became a well-known rapper? Why would you still be in that mix when you know you got ops in that area? It's in your enemy's hood. And you that desperate for some ass, dog, that you got to go to that piece of ass? You could have got ass from anybody, anywhere. But, I mean, Mo3 went over there, spent the night. He was doing what he was doing. Fell asleep, got up, popped up early in the morning. And that's when it was on. I guess they was following them. They was already knew somebody dropped the location and all that. But it was a lot of people that seemed like they knew something. Rainwater, this guy. This nigga's like another Diddy. He's like another. Like he's a good, slick talking, manipulating type of guy. But he's clever. He's very clever. I'll give him that. He's smart and he's clever. He's not. He don't have that the longevity of wisdom that's going to help him in the long haul, because I think he talks too much, and because he runs his mouth too much about a whole lot of stuff, he start revealing his own lies, and then he start contradicting what he say, to where he start coming up with new stuff, and he start blame other people, like, yeah, man, it all started with CJ Casino, or not Casino, was whatever the other dude was, some well-known rapper who he claimed was the reason why Yellow Beezy and Mo3 got even in the first place, had their beef. I'm like, no, don't do that. Because you didn't say that in the beginning, so stop making up shit. Stop trying to reach now. Stop trying to detract and deflect from yourself, your involvement in it, buddy. Because you were on the phone with him the whole time. Mo3, you was on the phone with Mo3 the whole time when he left Jossie's house and to where he got I guess he stopped at the gas station. You was on the phone with him over there. You was on the phone with him when he got in the car and he was on the freeway. Because you told the world that Mo3 told you that somebody's shooting at him. They shooting at him. So, who dropped locations? It could have been a lot of people. Everybody knew Mo3's location though. I know for sure. Everybody knew. Because even Trap Boy Freddy knew. He was on the freeway like, yeah, man, I'm finna pop bottles, bitch. The only person that was smart enough not to be around there, as far as we know, was Yellow Beezy. But Yellow Beezy is locked up right now. And he wasn't even on the scene. And they haven't shown us proof that Yellow Beezy is the one that dropped the bag on Mo3. But Rainwater, the Jossie girl, and her sisters, and so we got Rainwater, Jossie. Who else? Trap Boy Freddy and Errol Spence. All these. What about them? Like, it's a lot of people that could have had a reason to drop a bag on Mo3. That's what I'm saying. You can't just charge Yellow Beezy. Is he the scapegoat? These niggas be lying on me. Are they lying on Yellow Beezy? Are they lying on Yellow Beezy? I'm not saying I believe they are lying on him, but that'd be crazy if he beat the case and he get to bring his song back. These niggas be lying on me. That's on me, baby. Yeah. I don't know, man. But it's not just Yellow Beezy, dog. There's a lot of people involved in this situation. And it's sad that it got to this point. It shouldn't have got to that point. And, Mo3 is dead. Yellow Beezy's in jail. Well, I think he just got bail today. But he still might get charged. and convicted for it. But I mean, you think Yella Beezy gonna go out like that? Nope. Nah. Because at least in Yella Beezy's defense, he did try to avoid conflict. I think Mo3 was bringing the conflict to him. I think it was some get back for either Rainwater or what's the comedian name? Oh my Lord, that's so disrespectful. I'm forgetting the dude's name. Roy Lee. They got killed. That was Mo3's close friend, and that's supposedly what triggered Mo3 to go on a killing spree. And he turned into Osama. He had a iced out Osama, iced out Draco or AK-47. So, Mo3 was showing us subliminally what he was doing and what he was about, and it was all about revenge, and he was trying to get street justice for people that he felt was taken out that was close to him. So he felt like, I don't know, maybe Trap Boy Freddy was out of the way to where Mo3 couldn't get to him, because you would think, damn, Mo3 could have was he supposed to go after Trap Boy Freddy too? And Trap Boy Freddy, Mo3 enemy? Because allegedly he shot at Errol Spence, who was very close to Yella Beezy. He was at all his fights. Biggest Errol fanboy. And then he shot Yella Beezy. He didn't shoot at Yella. He shot at Yella Beezy, but he shot Yella Beezy to where he almost died. But he survived. And eventually after that, they all got together. They said, no, enough is enough. That's why I feel like the feds, even Jerry Jones, they all knew. I'm even disappointed in Diddy. Diddy. I just said Diddy. What the hell? No Diddy. Deion Sanders. Yella Beezy was popping up at Colorado quite a bit. Colorado University, the Buffaloes, the Buffs. He was popping up over there. And I remember while the stuff was going on, we all knew about what was going on with Yella Beezy, so it was just weird. Like, why is Yella Beezy popping up at Colorado? Like, why are they embracing him right now? But, I'm glad justice is going to be served, because Mo3 still deserves justice, because despite his transgressions and stuff he was doing wrong, they was ganging up on him. Like, y'all outnumbered him. Y'all all jumped him just to kill him. Y'all cornered him. He was boxed in to where he had no other choice but to be like, all right, nigga, whatever. Nigga, let me get my gun. Oh, he's shooting. And he couldn't get away. The nigga was fast and the bullets was coming faster. The shooter was fast and the bullets were faster. So that's why Mo3 didn't have no chance. But that's cheating. You just cheated. You can't act tough after y'all all ganged up on this dude, went out of y'all way to make sure he was dead, and then y'all want to pop bottles. You didn't do it, Trap Boy Freddy. Your ass was sitting back, relaxing, watching, eating popcorn, going live, showing your chain, showing your homeboy that's with you. You stupid for even showing him. What are you? Y'all niggas retarded, dog. You just incriminated yourself. You incriminated him because he was there on the scene. He watched it. How is it that you were there at the exact moment? So you were chasing him too. Y'all always chasing him. So I don't know, man. This is a teachable moment right here. It's a teachable lesson to the black community, especially. Y'all got to learn how to stop embracing ignorance and toxicity. Fighting and killing each other is not superior. I know when we walk down the street, we see each other, or we in any event or establishment. We ain't gotta always tense up and always be, nigga. No, just relax. I know everybody, men go through that. I want to prove something stage. We all go through that. But you're supposed to grow out of that. By the time at least you hit 25, it's really supposed to be 2018. But sometimes niggas, prolong it to 21 to where they still trying to be active and prove something, rep something. By 25, you should be a full grown man. You shouldn't be with none of that nonsense. But a lot of these men had never had fathers. They never had structure. A lot of them wouldn't even. That's why if sports has been crucial for a lot of young black men too, because when you don't have the structure of sports, which helps um, maintain their aggression, and if they don't have a father figure, they're gonna run to the streets and they're gonna die in the streets. So they don't even realize like there's a lot of whirlwinds and tornadoes that's of other different things, and you got to jump in that and spin with that. Because if you keep letting all this stuff pass you by, then you're gonna be just stuck and standing still, and then you're gonna get into some mischievous stuff in the streets that you don't need to be in. So this is just sad that Mo3, he probably didn't have no relationship with a father. He looked like he was probably pretty athletic. Maybe he played sports early on, but I think he should have just stayed active in sports and then had the balance of the music and working. But a lot of these dudes, they're lazy too. They don't want to work. All they want to do is hustle, run the streets, chase girls, sell drugs, flaunt their money, trick their money. Like it's such a low frequency cycle that black men have been in, and black women too. That loud ghetto trashy behavior. That shit is not helping our nation and nations. Because I'm all about the human race, but even let's just say the melanated race, man, boy, it's like a battle. We battling within ourselves because there's a lot of us that don't mess with a lot of us. There's a lot of black people I don't mess with just because of how they behave, their behavior, their character. I'm a very good judge of character. And if your character ain't right for me and my energy, nah, I ain't gonna be around you that long. Because I know myself. And if you take me out of my comfort zone, we're gonna have a problem. I mean, that's all. We're gonna have a problem if you taking me out of my element. Especially if I'm not doing anything to you to make you take me out of my element. It's just a part of your nature and your way. Oh no. I'm shutting that shit down. We're gonna have a problem. It's gonna be some aggression we're gonna talk it out, duke it out, something's gonna happen. So I get it. Young men got stuff to prove. They want to settle the score. But some things you gotta let go. Focus on men. If you're a straight man, focus on finding a queen. And if you got kids already, you should already stop with the play, running around in the streets and stuff. You should be the number one goal should be taking care of you and your kids. You got to take care of yourself now as well. But a lot of y'all be neglecting y'all responsibilities and then make excuses for why you do it. Me, I look at the world from a different lens because, of course, I've had a lot of partners before and I've been married before. But, I've had a lot of partners. But at the same time, I don't have any kids. So I could see the behavior and I could see what parents do and what they don't do. I can see what kids do and what they don't do. I can see where the problem is because my lens is totally different. I'm looking from the outside in. Sometimes people are so caught up in when you are a parent and you got kids involved, it's a lot of emotions there. There's a lot of attachments there. It's a lot of need to just protect some about them. Those I'm talking about the ones that are there. And then there's parents that aren't there for their kids and their kids turn out a certain way because it's like an anger, a hurt, a rebellion that they grow with into where it's like, F it, I'm gonna do me. And they become successful in their way, but it's in a more of almost a bad way or a toxic way. But man, it's just a teachable lesson, man. Rest in peace to Mo3. Rest in peace to Roy Lee. I wish nothing but the best. If Yella Beezy is not guilty of this situation, then I hope he's not found guilty. But I don't know, behavior and actions kind of have shown me that he's been involved in this Mo3 situation. And I feel like if that worst case scenario, you should have put the work in yourself. There's no reason why y'all would have to pay some well known or a more advanced shooter than y'all to make sure your enemy is unalived. That right there ain't cool. If you gonna do it, if you want somebody unalived, you unalive them yourself. That's all I'm saying. So whether it's Trap Boy Freddy, Earl Spence, Yella Beezy, whoever, y'all were weak cowards for that. If y'all was involved allegedly, but Yella Beezy, same thing. He was a weak coward for that. If he really did drop a bag, even if he wasn't the only one that dropped the bag, if he dropped the bag or had something to do with Mo3 being taken off the planet, getting his TV turned off, you know, shame on you. Hey man, let's do better, man. Let's unite. Justice.